Welcome to Still Moment Studio. My name's Paula. Today I'm going to be demoing the painting of this young boy. As you can see, it's about a medium skin tone, and his beautiful brown skin allowed me to include quite a lot of variation in colors, richness, and tone. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll let you know the paint colors I'm using as I go along. First, I'm adding a layer of cadmium yellow, again to just really bring out the warmth of his skin, and this will just glow through all the additional colors that I add on. Alizarin red mixed with cadmium yellow. I'm going to leave his skin tone a little bit towards the red as the base color. And then adding in some burnt sienna. A second deeper value of burnt sienna by itself. A soft layer of alizarin red. Burnt umber, which is the main color in his skin. I'm being fairly careful with the light patches on his skin. I'm trying to preserve them. Later on, I could wash them with a light layer of yellow ochre. Alizarin red with cobalt blue for the dusky tones in his forehead and around his eyes. Then adding a bit of burnt umber as well. Alizarin red, yellow ochre, and burnt umber. Yellow ochre with burnt umber in the underlayer for the hair to give it a sun warmth glow underneath. Black and yellow ochre for the main hair color. Along the lower edge of his hair, I'm using a wet-on-wet technique with yellow ochre and black as the base, and then touching in some drops of black to create the hint of very short hair. The shadow under his chin is ultramarine blue, alizarin red, and burnt umber. His eyes are mostly black with just a touch of burnt umber. Eyelashes are black with burnt umber. Gray eyebrows and darkening to a few black ones on top as well. The shadow in his nose is burnt umber with black. For the warm color in his ears, this is alizarin red, cobalt blue, and burnt sienna, and later I'll darken even further with a little bit of black. Alizarin red with a touch of cadmium yellow, and then later just a hint of burnt sienna on the darker areas of the tongue. The same mixture that was on his forehead, cobalt blue, alizarin red, burnt sienna, and burnt umber, are on the upper lip, and then some of that on the lower lip, burnt sienna, and then alizarin red, just to keep the lighter tones in the lower lip. A black-brown shadow along the edges of his tongue. The shadows on the teeth are yellow ochre with ultramarine blue. His gums are alizarin red with burnt umber. The shadow along his cheek is alizarin red, black, and a touch of yellow, so just a deeper skin tone. Alizarin red, ultramarine blue, and burnt umber to deepen the shadow under his chin. A little bit of dirty cobalt blue for the shadow on his white shirt. Cerulean blue for his sweater. Cobalt blue and black for the deep color of his sweater. The final details around his eyes are burnt umber with a touch of black. I hope you've enjoyed this demo with me. This was a more complex painting because of the rich values in his skin and all these colors throughout his forehead, his cheeks, the richness of his lips. Just everything about this painting makes it a little bit more complex, and a lot of mixing and variations of colors. I tried to hold off using black as much as possible until the very end, and that's my typical style. When I was going through high school specifically, my teacher would not allow us to use black at all, to try to create deep, rich colors without using black, and trying to hold off on that black until you're really trying to push that depth to its furthest limits, and then using black at that last moment like that. And that allowed me to get a lot of these rich colors throughout his forehead, those reds and kind of dusky colors, a lot of yellow ochre through his cheeks. I did soften the light spots right at the end right there. I left that in. It's hard to tell what I was doing, but that was just a wet brush to soften these lighter spots where the sun is shining on his forehead, both sides and along his cheeks, and a soft wash of yellow ochre, as I stated in the video, along a lot of these light spots. Your red paints will soak into your paper. You cannot scrub that paint back off. Browns are very superficial. So as I layered on the browns later on, I needed to be very careful that it was fully dry before I put on the next layer. Otherwise, it just turns into a mess. Like burnt umber will sit on the surface of your paper, but burnt sienna will soak in a little bit more and is a little bit more of a steadfast color into the paper because of the reds in it. So his medium brown skin tones is a little bit more advanced, but hopefully you've picked up a few tips. If you'd like to know my paint colors or my brand, I've linked down below to my website where I have that all listed, as well as the paintbrushes that I used in this painting. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.